Ladies and gentlemen, viewers, subscribers, this is Pillar to Post. I'm your host, Pete Wall. It is April 6th, 2017, and we've got news for you. We've got things to discuss on Pillar to Post tonight, but before we get things going, please like, subscribe, and comment if you will. Anything you want, comment. Tell me how shitty I'm doing. Tell me if I'm getting better. Tell me if you are enjoying Pillar to Post. It will not hurt my feelings. I've got a thick skin, so if you're going to bash me, go for it. Now, on today's episode of Pillar to Post, ARON Rex, aka Damien Sandow, released from Impact Wrestling. Also, WWE star reacts to being left off the Shakeup graphics. Also, if you don't stop encouraging Matt Hardy, he says he may end up broken all over again, or even worse. Simon Gotch released from WWE. Brock not defending the Universal title anytime soon. Roman Reigns on his reaction to the crowd's reaction to him at Monday Night Raw. Bully Ray also praises Roman Reigns for his reaction to the fans. Undertaker to go under surgery for his hip. Now, I am going to be using this episode to do a little bit of experimenting with OBS, so please bear with me. I am trying an entrance theme here, so if it doesn't work out, let me know and we'll go from there. So, here we go. And we are back. I hope that sounded all right. I'll check out in the post production before I upload, but it is my first attempt at an introduction to the show. It is not the best. I will be working on it. The theme might be familiar to some, those from the WWF era. It will be changing. I just want to try something new. So how about we get on with the news? So we've got former WWE star no longer with Impact Wrestling. Yes, Damien Sandow has been released from Impact Wrestling. Here's the article. In an interview with Title Match Wrestling at WrestleCon this past weekend, ARON Rex, formerly known as Damien Sandow, revealed that he is no longer with Impact Wrestling. Rex, who debuted a new Liberace-esque gimmick in Impact Wrestling last October and was a part of their television tapings this past January, hinted at possibly retiring. So he's not just been released from Impact Wrestling, he's also considering retirement. And ARON Rex goes on to say, I don't know if this is going to be it for me, because you know I'm no longer with Impact, Rex said. Ending on this note is not a bad thing. I'm not saying that I'm never going to get back in the ring again, but this is pretty cool and I'd much rather have people remember me for all the good stuff. Rex is best known for his run as Sandow in WWE from 2010 to 2016. He debuted with Impact Wrestling in August of 2016 and became the company's first Impact Grand Slam champion. Now, I know I followed Damien Sandow in WWE. He's a great wrestler. He's a great performer. He got over big time with the fans near the end of his last run. The biggest problem with his WWE run was creative, as it always ends up being. They want to make him into a clown. This guy has got skills beyond a lot of what others have, and they go and basically turn him into another joke. TNA basically started doing the same thing. His Liberace look, it just screamed, "You're a joke. You're the worst gimmick we've got. We're going to play off, and hopefully the fans will laugh at you." I'm hoping if he does return to wrestling and he does end up back in WWE, they give him a better chance. But from what I've seen the last time on Impact Wrestling, he needs to get back in shape. I'm not one to talk. I need to get back in shape myself. But for a wrestler, he has let himself go a bit. Up next, Summer Rae reacts to being left off the Shakeup graphics. Summer Rae, who has been out of action for several months but expected back soon, tweeted the following in response to the Superstar Shakeup graphic for next Monday's Raw. The Raw brand Superstar is not featured in the graphic. On Twitter, she posted, "Wait a sec," and she posts a link to the graphics of the Shakeup, Superstar Shakeup. To me, it's just a picture. You know, I can see from a wrestler's standpoint being left off the graphics. You start wondering, is that a sign? Am I going to be cut? Am I going to be released? Do they even have a plan for me? We know she's supposed to be coming back soon. We've been actually surprised she hasn't been back yet. But she would benefit on Raw because they need more women on that show. We've got 4 women being used all the time, and it's getting boring. It's redundant. It's like watching a bad replay over and over and over again. It's like going and watch Saturday morning cartoons and you get the Bugs Bunny old reruns over and over and over again. It's me. To me, just a graphic. Should she worry? Probably not, because they do need the women on Raw. So her fear of being released or whatever it is shouldn't even come in the picture. Now, Matt Hardy says, "If you don't stop encouraging me, I may end up broken again, or even worse." So savvy businessman Matt Hardy may not be able to fully utilize all the elements of the broken gimmick he created while Anthem Entertainment and Impact Wrestling dispute its ownership. But that's just forcing him to be a little more innovative in how he keeps he and his brother Jeff in fans' minds. Goes on to say, not that flying around the ladder in ladder matches like they did in their return to WWE at WrestleMania 33 wouldn't do the trick, but Matt doesn't seem content to rest on his Attitude Era laurels. After using his Twitter account to claim the support of the crowd, or of the crowds at Mania, and the next night on Raw helped cure him of his broken ways, he was back online hours later to intimate that chants like delete could break him all over again. Goes on to say, or maybe unleash something new. Savage Matt Hardy. That is not from the words of Matt Hardy. That is, I believe, the writers. So Matt Hardy says on Twitter, although all those tantalizing chants from the WWE Universe fans at the Raw after Mania felt like triggers, they made me feel savage. He goes on to say, anticipating what he might do next could actually be better than just getting Broken Matt and Brother Nero on Raw from the jump. I believe that was from his. It was connected. We're going to go on to Simon Gotch. Actually, you know what? We're going to go on about the Hardys a bit. I didn't say my piece. Now, the story is And the rumor is Rebby Hardy and Matt Hardy own all the rights. They've trademarked it all. They own it. So this could just be whatever, you know. Should he have the full rights? Should he be allowed to use it? Yes. But Vince McMahon might have other ideas. It's been used in other promotions, something he doesn't like to do. As we've noticed, a lot of superstars that come from overseas or from other promotions, they usually get a name change. Their gimmick gets changed slightly. Same here with Matt Hardy. They probably don't want the exact same thing. So the implied new name, instead of using Broken, could be Savage. Who knows? It could be. It very well could be. We all know Matt Hardy likes to be innovative with his gimmick, and as well he should be, because he needs to stay relevant. He needs to stay active in the minds of the fans, and that is the biggest problem today. There's so many wrestlers that just kind of fade away because their gimmick sucks. Look at what they're doing with Fandango. Look at what they're doing with his partner. It's boring. And no one really wants to see it anymore. They've got one guy dressing up like Nikki Bella constantly. It's retarded. Yes, I know his name. My memory is bad. So we're going to go on to Simon Gotch being released from the WWE. The official statement from WWE reads as follows. WWE has come to terms on a mutually agreed upon release with Simon Gotch as of today, April 5th, 2017. WWE wishes Gotch the best in all his future endeavors. There is some backstage news on Aiden English as well, WWE status following Simon Gotch's release. According to the Wrestling Observer, following WWE release of Simon Gotch, Aiden English of the Vaudevillains is scheduled to receive a push as a single star. On Gotch's release, the Observer noted that there had been speculation that his release might be coming as a result of the backstage fight involving Sin Cara in the summer of 2016. That fight was said to be a one-sided destruction by Cara, and it was reported at the time that Gotch's mouth sometimes gets people mad at him. The Observer noted this week that Gotch's personality rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. There's also an article that was classified as fake, fraudulent, whatever, stating that he was not someone you wanted in the locker room. His ego got the better of him. He continually talked about himself in the third person. He continued to say that he was better than John Cena, Seth Rollins, blah, blah, blah. This is one big rumor and one big fan fiction write-up. Do not read into everything you see on the internet. Gotch has also stated that he will be addressing the situation soon. He's already trying to book matches for the independent circuit. There's also an article stating that his tag team partner had gone to officials and WWE higher-ups that he would like to be split from the tag team because he was worried about being fired for the issues that Gotch brought up because of his ego and attitude. I don't know if that's true. It is a rumor. What do I think about it? You get in a business with WWE, there's always going to be some kind of friction in the locker room. Nobody can always get along with everybody. But if you are not showing respect to everybody, there is going to be problems. Now, I've worked with many people in my life. My biggest thing was respect me, I'll respect you. If I'm working my ass off, I expect you to be doing the same thing. And if you're not, I'm going to let you know. But in the wrestling world, it doesn't work the same way. You show respect. You bring up an issue. You speak about it. You talk about it as an adult. You don't go in with your fists or using your mouth to cause issues. It's going to get you in trouble. It's going to get you beat up. And obviously, last summer, he got beat up by Sin Cara. Now, my issue right from the beginning, the Vaudevillains, as soon as they were brought up from NXT, they were treated like jobbers. Now, it could be because of Gotch's attitude. Wasn't playing nice with everyone, wasn't playing ball, so they punished the team by keeping them off of television, or when they did appear, they were constantly losing. This could be the reason. I don't know. I'm not one to say. But it is good that they have said that they would push Aiden English as a singles wrestler. It would be nice to see. I'd like to see what he can do on his own. There's always other wrestlers he can be paired up with later, but the gimmick was pretty damn good. I liked the old style theme they had to their gimmick. It was like a circus act in a way. You got the strong man and whatever. It was just a nice throwback look, you know. So we won't be seeing that anymore. So let's see what Simon Gotch can do on the independents. Maybe he can build himself back up. Maybe he can change his attitude, and later on, maybe WWE gives him another shot. Only the future can say, because in WWE and in all of wrestling, never say never. Now, go on. I'm going to have a lot to say about this next article. Now, I don't know if this is true. This could be all rumor. And as you know, dates and schedules change frequently with the WWE. Brock Lesnar not defending the Universal title anytime soon. And excuse me, I am going to get a drink. Wild Cherry Pepsi. Fucking awesome shit. So, the new WWE Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar, has been rumored to not be defending his title at the upcoming Raw exclusive pay-per-view, Payback, on April 30th. According to Cage Side Seats, Lesnar is not advertised to appear on any shows leading to WWE Payback and will not be on the European tour, which is scheduled for May. Also, according to the Wrestling Inc. website, the possible main event for WWE Payback is Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman, and the winner of that will likely be the #1 contender to Brock's Universal title. WWE has been pushing Reigns forcefully. The defeat of The Undertaker at WrestleMania may only be the beginning until we ultimately see Roman Reigns as the new Universal Champion. Now, these are, like I said, just rumors, and nothing is official until there is a scheduled championship match announced for Payback or not announced for Payback. Also, the Superstar Shakeup that is scheduled to take place next week could change many of these plans. Now, Jesus. I've got a whole problem with this. A huge problem. Now, I've been hearing a lot of people, and even some family and friends say the same shit. Brock Lesnar makes the Universal title legit. And my question is, how? How does he make the championship legit on Raw? Yes, he is a former UFC champion. Yes, he is a former undisputed champion. Yes, he is a former WWF World Champion. He has it all. He does. If you look at his credentials, he has it all. He makes it legit. However, this is my problem. Since his return, everyone has bitched about Goldberg being a two-move wonder. What does Brock Lesnar bring to the table these days? 3 moves at the most. At the most. You get your suplexes, you get a few punches now and then, you get a few knees now and then, and you get the F5. I don't understand how fans, any other podcasters, say Brock Lesnar makes the Universal title legit when the guy does one move and an F5 and that is the end of the match. Now, I'm not just talking about WrestleMania 33. I'm talking about all the matches since his return. Yes, he's made a gimmick of it, Suplex City, but I would rather see Brock Lesnar wrestle like he did back in the day. The guy is an NCAA two-time champion, I believe it is. He's a UFC champion. He is a former WWF World and WWF Heavyweight Champion and the Undisputed Champion. So you mean to tell me everything he did back then? Just look at the Angle versus Lesnar match, where Lesnar jarred his neck on the Shooting Star Press. Okay, that right there tells you that was a great fucking match. He was doing shit nobody could ever possibly imagine a big guy like him doing. But since his return, all I fucking hear is Brock Lesnar making the Universal Championship legit. And it's about time he's got it back because he will bring credibility to that title. And I ask why and how. I find it bullshit. I want to see the man wrestle like we know he can wrestle. I don't want to see 10 fucking German suplexes in a row in a match and F5 and end it. I don't want to see that. I want to see wrestling. This guy's matches bore the fuck out of me. My daughter can't even stand watching his matches. My wife can't even stand watching his matches. How the hell does he bring credibility to the Universal title? Tell me in the comments below, because I would like to fucking know. I really would. Because if I want to see a 3-move max match, why don't I just watch Goldberg? At least, you know, they built him to be like that. You can't hate on the match at WrestleMania 33 because he's been built that way right from the start. Brock Lesnar broke into WWE. Great wrestler. He used everything he had. It made him look good. He used his amateur wrestling. He used pro wrestling. He broke into UFC. He looked great in there. Became the champion. Comes back to WWE. He is a 3-4 move wonder. Give me a fucking break. He does not bring credibility. Yes, he is a big physical monster. Start fucking entertaining the fans. Start wrestling. Make it into a match. Maybe a match between you and Roman Reigns actually might look good then. Might. Speaking about Roman Reigns, he was on Twitter stating he could have stood out in that arena, or in the ring at Raw, for a good 15 minutes longer. And I have to say this, the reaction was just sheer awesomeness. It was beautiful. The hate, the animosity that the fans have for this man, just overwhelming. Bully Ray went on Twitter to praise Roman Reigns for the way he handled the fans. And this is what Bully Ray had to say. Okay, Bully Ray praised Roman Reigns for his opening segment on this past Monday's Raw on Twitter. He posted the following. Roman is playing 15,000 people like a fiddle right now. And he hasn't even said one word. He was replied to by another Bully Ray. Roman is playing 15,000 people like a fiddle right now. Okay, yeah, I just read that. Okay. I can't even read. Ashy. Hate to break it to you, but this ain't heat. The crowd legit hates Roman. No one will ever cheer him. Bully Ray replied, hate to break it to you, Jagoff, but this is heat in its purest form. And you and others will continue to watch, pay, and boo. And I agree. Everyone is in that mode right now. Roman Reigns, no matter what WWE thinks, if he's a face or not, he is a heel in the fans' eyes. Now, he might not be getting the heel type boos, he's getting the hatred boos, but nonetheless, like he said on Twitter, in the last 2 years, no one has ever been booed or gotten a reaction the way he did on Monday Night Raw. And I believe it. I haven't been watching Raw for that long. But I have to agree. He probably is the only one to get a reaction that loud and that long in the WWE arenas in 2 years. Do I think it is the good kind of heat that he should want? No. I think he should be basing it on the real feelings of the fans. He played the fans just right. I have to say that he did it just right. If he would have done any more, it would have ruined it. So let's keep on watching Raw to see what we're going to see with Roman Reigns. Or does he end up on SmackDown in the Shakeup? Rumors say he will, but it is doubtable. Vince McMahon loves this guy. He's going to probably stay on Raw. We're going to move on to Undertaker to undergo hip surgery. And I think we're going to end it right there with this article. It goes as follows. WWE legend The Undertaker confirmed non-verbally that at WrestleMania 33 in his match versus Roman Reigns was in fact the last time we will get to see the dead man compete in WWE. According to Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer Radio, Undertaker is getting the full hip replacement surgery now, which will indefinitely end his wrestling career. Undertaker has needed the surgery for quite some time now, and the reason he held off on it is because he knew that if the procedure happened, he could never wrestle again. I love the Dead Man. He's been my all-time favorite wrestler for so long, since his debut. It was sad to see him go, but it was time to see him go. I'm happy to hear that he's finally getting the surgeries he needs. Same with Mick Foley. Mick Foley's another one. He's going in for hip surgery as well. These guys have given their bodies to us for so long. It's time that they take time for themselves and actually get on a path of healthiness. I'd rather see a healthy Undertaker enjoying life with his wife and his child than watching him continually hurt himself even more at WrestleManias. And if you look at this year's pay-per-view, you look at last year's, those matches were not very good. He could barely walk at WrestleMania 33. He was hurting himself just doing small moves that he could have done no problem a few years earlier. But it's getting to him. So it's time that he took that time for himself, got back on a healthy way of living, and hell, we know we're going to probably see this guy at wrestling fan accesses and stuff like that. So it's not like we will never see him again. I don't think that is true. I think WWE wants to keep him around for stuff like that because the fans will always love to see the Dead Man. I would love to see him at a fan access program or at an autograph sign, stuff like that. I love the guy. Same with guys like Mick Foley. You know, these guys have given themselves over to us. It's time they took the time. Maybe we see them in the future. Who knows? We won't see them wrestle, but there's always the fan access centers and stuff like that. So that is going to be it for Pillar to Post today. Now, most of the time people do this at the beginning of the podcast. I'm going to save it to the end for today. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me at Mordecai Fallon. It's right there on the screen. Facebook, you can find me at Pete G. Wall. And if you want to inquire about my t-shirts, you can send me a message at SteelDragon1234 at hotmail.com, or on Facebook. If you are a reader and you enjoy fantasy fiction, you can find my book titled Dragon's Kin by me, Pete Wall, at Amazon. And that's amazon.com.ca. Wherever the hell you live. You can also find it on CreateSpace. If you want to order from me personally, you will have to pay postage, but you will get a signed copy. Now, the book only comes in paperback and Kindle. So, you decide, and I will see you possibly tomorrow. Let's see what kind of news is out there. So, we're going to end this once again with my intro music and see how that plays out. You guys have a good day and keep on following.